Hi, I'm Paul Griffiths and welcome to my YouTube channel. Come along and follow me on all sorts of meaningless, pointless adventures. You'll see how not to do things, you'll see how not to drive things, how not to fix things, and you'll probably see a lot of how to break things. You'll see things from farming to heavy construction to heavy vehicle repairs. You'll see electrical projects. You'll see all types of things, not limited to anything. So jump on board and come along for some adventure with, well, me. Have a bit of a laugh and maybe even learn something. So this adventure starts with me, again, in my happy place, my Mrs. Mack, heading to northwestern Victoria to a city called Mildura to say goodbye to the princess before I head off into the wild blue yonder. For some reason, on these crazy adventures, the princess chooses not to join me. So stay safe and look after yourself and my Miss Molly. So, you're thinking, strange choice of music, right? Well, not if you've been through as much as my Mrs. Mack and I. First stop was Balranald. We wheeled her in to fill her up with some ocean lotion. Then we launched for Hay for a bite to eat. Then, while heading to Hillston from Hay, this happened.
Have a look at this old jigger. What a fucking beauty.
So I never knew any of this had happened at all until I pulled up that night and I was looking on Facebook at Mack truck porn, and bugger me, there it was. So thanks, Chris, and thank you for giving the footage to me as well. So after about 9 hours of driving, we rolled into Cobar.
Some of you might be wondering what all these photos are about. We're heading up to Central Highlands, Queensland, out the back of Townsville, Mackay. Bought a Fruhoff trailer up there a couple of months ago, an old cattle cruiser. Been searching for one for 30 years and finally found one. Very rare in Australia, they never were popular. Got Mrs. Mack loaded up, little spare tyres, all new tyres for it, new brakes, new rockers, new bushes, new air system, new air brake system, slack adjusters, lights. Because I hadn't rolled for probably 30 years and we've got to make it roll and 2,500 kilometres home. So we'll see how we go. We're at Cobar at the moment. It's about 800 k's from where I left this morning at Mildura.
So after a bite to eat and a shower, I launched it for Burke, and I was sort of running out of time on the log by the time we got there. The horses between Cobar and Burke would have to be the saddest looking, flea ridden, I don't know what they are, horses I've ever seen. But they're always there. So I rolled into Burke about 8:30 that night. We'd left Mildura at 7 o'clock in the morning. Enough done for that. Left Burke the next morning at about 7:15, headed for Queensland. We rolled into Cunnamulla for brekkie at about 10:30. So at a point between Augathella and Tambo, this happened.
So apart from seeing me without a shirt on in my incredible goodness, I'm at a point in Australia. If you can read that, go a bit closer so you can. If you go back this way, that's the Murray-Darling Basin. If you go up this way, that's the Lake Eyre Basin. That'll take you to the deepest spot in Australia. I just googled it, it's 12.5 metres below sea level. I think that's what it said. There'd be thousands of kilometres to get there. There's thousands of kilometres back that way to the start of the Murray-Darling Basin, so it's a bloody big place, Australia. Isn't that a beautiful truck? Anyway, that's the fun things everyone misses out on when they're not riding around in a Mack with me, driving along topless. up plenty of road, you road hogs.
So between Tambo and Barkle, there's a lot of stock getting moved in the long paddock. These little drovers horses out in the road, shifting cattle. Kept on passing, you can tell, much better condition than the other ones, and rubbed up and everything.
Lost a few horses. There's more of the buggers.
So we rolled into Jericho at about 8:30 that night, pulled up stumps before leaving the next morning.
Well, over the drum and rain. Mack had a few incidents at once. And heading towards Emeralds. Got a lot of rain here. Well, we've finally made it here to pick up that. Isn't that just fabulous? Steady hand pull. Okay, so we've driven about 2,500 kilometres. We've been searching one of these through-haul aluminium trailers now for as long as I can remember. Isn't it magnificent? Anyway, I found one back before Christmas, so I've come up here to pick it up. This is the first one I've ever seen in my life. It's 70s, early 80s. So, first thing I've noticed is it's got the wrong track rod bushes. Yes. There's more of them. Wrong. The rockers. I hope it all fits. We'll see. So, there we go, eh? I think the walkway's a bit seen better days. So it would have had 3 pipes up each side, and the walkway so cattle can't get out over the top. Yep. You can tell by looking at it, it had double gates here, so it had 4 decks of sheep or 2 decks of cattle. Yeah, so even up here you can see there's 1, 2 gates within a gate. They've put this steel frame in because it's got so corroded. All on the bottom here. Up each side, it's virtually none attached. So hopefully, to hold all this mess together, to get it home, I'll just put some straps from one bit of steel to the other. I've got about 5 million straps on the trailer. And hopefully it holds together. This would have been a flash bit of gear on its day, but that day is not today. My God. This would have all been aluminium, I'd imagine, back when it was built, because they were ultra lightweight trailers. Never successful in Australia. So, got some gear to shift out. They're going to start at 6 in the morning doing that. And they're going to bring it out, unhook the trailer on a crane gently. I've never seen all this done before, and bring it around too.
So that was about it for the day. Just unhooked the float and went and checked into a motel. A quick bit of a walk around so you can peruse at things while I was waiting for the boys to get going the next morning.
JL and KM Hay stock grain General Capella. Fiberglass flares and the mud guards. Geez, I don't know what I'm doing. It's a bit of history and we've got to try to save it as best we can. Only one I've ever seen. Hoping I get a good deal on the Mack as well, but they want to fix that up one day, so it'll probably never happen, but it's okay. There's the air start in the back of the cab. What all these stickers mean, it's obviously for the grain harvest. COTTS. Sleek Line's the brand of the bunk. Old bully. Oh my goodness me. This is how old Mrs. Mack started. Got the bulldogs on the door. Well, that's amazing. It's like a passenger seat in the driver's seat. You'd be sitting on the bloody floor. Maybe you only had short legs. There you go, not that much different. 12 speed, I'm guessing. Yeah, air conditioned. Whew. There's a bunk for you. Would have been all very flashback in its day. So after an hour we got separation.
Hello, that's off the ground, Dave.
Not exactly sure what's going on here, but the crane's tipping over a heap.
So I must clarify what was going on. They don't carry all the counterweights off the crane at once. They didn't have enough counterweights on once they started putting the weight of the trailer on with the boom sticking so far out. Once the boys went and got the extra counterweights, it was all...
Alright, so we've got it unhooked off the Mack. We've got it rolling, attached to a crane. Some chains and a spreader bar and slings and onto the franner. And you're going to push it up into the shed. Not how I would have done it, but I'm not here to tell people how to do their jobs. I take over shortly. It's not bad, like it's only a couple of hours at the most. Just do you see this? This has got to be my lead trail for the road train. My God, going home. What are you thinking, Paul? What could possibly go wrong? And a plan involves thousands of bolts. Okay, I think it must be nearly lunchtime. We've got the cattle trailer in the shed here. And got all the wheels off. It's up on blocks. It's actually gone reasonably smooth considering the fucking state everything's in. Just tried to rattle out the rocker box pivot pins, and yeah, not even a chance. So we'll probably just slice them with the grinder and clonk the two halves of the nuts off and take it from there. I think it's lunchtime. Okay, so we're changing the rocker boxes. So I've only got one nut off so far with the rattle gun. So what I do on this one here, it's hot, is, thank you. I cut down each side with a 9-inch grinder. This one here, I just put the rattle gun on afterwards. It's a bit hot. And then I get the drill, and I drill the rubber out all the way around. And well, something that's been used every day, you probably don't have to. Well, these are all rusted and growing in there, so it gives you room to move. So I drill and I get all the rubber out around back to the spring hanger here, and then I put a chain around and pour the power and push them out. I don't know the correct method, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I think we'll finish up part 1 here. It's actually taken me longer to edit this in real time than it did to actually drive there and get this far on the job. So, to the keyboard warriors out there and everyone that can do better on YouTube than me, good luck to you. Now, for the rest of the experts out there, I do realise the normal way of getting a rocker box bush out is with heat. When it's stuck like that, you use the gas axe, burn it out. Bear in mind, I'm in someone else's yard in relatively remote conditions, and it's dry. The wet season is meant to be going well and truly, but it hasn't even started to rain, and we don't need any other headaches, so I have to do what I have to do to get things done. So bear with me. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a long, long, long time coming. Like, this is 3 years old now. Well, we'll see what happens on part 2.